Okay, I hope this works. So I'm gonna talk about the opportunities and also risks for the HCC measurements within the EPBD recast. So the EPBD recast, so the energy performance of building, is recasted and formally adopted in April 2024, so not that long ago. It was officially published in the official journal of the European Union the 8th of May and entered into force on the 28th of May, so some months ago. And now it's up to the member states to do something with it. A summary of what is in there. It's a very big document. I will not go into all details, but just a small wrap-up. So there is an update for the standard for new buildings with the main focus on decarbonization. So whole life carbon emissions should be included. There's also an incentive to have minimum energy performance standards to renovate the worst performing non-residential buildings. There should be plans to have a progressive renovation of the residential segment. And there should also be a vision, a 2050 vision for the whole building stock with the main focus on decarbonization. What's also included? An improved energy performance certificate. That one I will take out and zoom in a little bit more. Also the uptake of renovation passports, also interesting in here. And to have, or to make it more possible, or to broaden the impact a little bit, it's also a stronger role for one-stop shops is included. Also, the nation should think about how to finance everything and also think about social fairness. So the financing and social fairness part is also included in this EPBD recast, so to have as much impact as possible. So the energy performance certificates are kind of changed in here. So they have been in use since 2002, so it's still a long time ago they start using it. Unfortunately, they are not comparable between the several member states. So everyone has their own energy performance certificate, and it's a pity because it would be better that we compare them also within the EU taxonomy, which is mentioned here. So the EU would like to have a common scale for the energy performance classes. So there is a template they want every member state to adopt. When will this happen? So all member states should adopt the template by the 29th of May 2026. So it's not that far away, except for those people that did change their energy classes the last 5 years, more or less last 5 years. They can postpone till the 1st of December 2029. What is mentioned there, and that's an interesting thing in this context. So the energy performance of buildings should, of course, be calculated based on the methodology. The nations can choose or can adopt or change the methodology a little bit, so it can be specified based on what's specific for each country, but it should be enable also the use of metered energy to verify correctness and for comparability. So that's an interesting point. If we then have a look at the definitions in the text, then there is a definition for the energy performance of a building. So it's a calculated or a metered energy use. And metered means measured by a relevant device. There are some examples. Energy meter, power metering and monitoring device, electricity meter. So it can be interpreted really broad. Then in Annex 1, the framework for the calculation of the energy performance is a bit more detailed. The energy performance shall be determined on the basis of calculated or metered energy, but it is important that it's representative for the actual operating conditions. So it should be kind of normalized. Where metered energy is used, there we should be capable of identifying the influence of behavior of occupants and local climate, so kind of normalization of what we measured, and it should be at least have monthly intervals and must differentiate between energy carriers. The metered energy consumption can also be used to verify the correctness of the calculation energy use and also enable comparison between calculated and actual performance. So that's in fact kind of what we are doing here. So I think that the EPBD recast is of major potential for the valorization of the HCC measurements we are doing here. We have to hurry maybe a little bit to have them included in the general framework, but I really see an opportunity over there. And because the normalized HCC measurement is or can be a basis for the energy performance of the building envelope. I also see some risks. If we really want to include the measurements into a legislative framework, we really should rely on the results. So the reliability of the measurements is crucial. Not only the methods, but the tools should be trustworthy, the person performing the measurements, and so on. And also the tests must be done correctly. It's kind of the same problems that we see with airtightness testing. But if you say risks, then also we need to think how we can overcome these risks. Well, that's why also me and my company are interested in this research area. So I work at the BCCA, the Belgian Construction Certification Association. We were founded 30 years ago, a bit more today. And we were founded specifically as a certification body for the construction sector, so to help and improve quality in the construction sector. We do that as an independent, impartial, and competent body. We do everything with expertise, so that's why we are also building expertise in such research projects as this. And we also do it that in relation with stakeholders to see what their needs are, where we need to improve trust, what we can do, and so on, and also, of course, with governments. Our main activities are focused on these keys to provide confidence in quality, support innovation, and also the risk management is an important thing there. We have several certification schemes. I will not go into detail of all of them, but just to have an idea. And depending on the application, we can change those schemes. So really to have a fit for the problem, for the risk, there are some possibilities. So we certify products, systems also. So also CE marking is something that you might know. For installation, there is Key Mark and USEP, also very known labels. But we also do certification of persons, certification of processes, certification of management systems. And we have also some quality frameworks on airtightness testing, on ventilation measurements, and on post-installation of cavity walls. So, why are we here? As I already said, a lack of confidence in the measurements is a major risk that really should be overcome and can be overcome by certification bodies. So that's what we do. We set up things to tackle these risks. Because without confidence in the methodology and in the tools and in the persons involved in the measurements, the rollout of the measurements would become too slow and it will not be interesting to really develop such tools. But luckily, for BCC and also other certification bodies, our core mission is to build trust. So we can develop things, and we already started kind of developing verification tools, ways to add confidence in the tools in subtask 3 also. So that's really something that can be done in real world applications. So how I see links with our work and Annex 94 is we can lobby on the uptake of HLC measurements in energy performance certificates, both for new buildings and for the existing building stock. There might be some opportunities, but also have a uniform and transparent framework for uncertainty evaluation that's then linked with subtask 3. And guidelines for correct use of methods is also something to work on. Thank you for your attention.
Perfect.